in the early days, we were very much just trying different stuff to the appreciation and approval of very few people other than very nice people who let us play in their venue and try things out.
We just wouldn't have really developed as a band without them, because there was just no alternative. So for us, it's not so much as important, it's like integral, without there wouldn't be this
You
band.
don't really know what to expect a lot of the time, especially with support bands and stuff, and it's a really nice thing to just go in blind a lot of the time. And it's a lot more like intimate, it feels a bit more like real. It's always like more hot, more sweaty, more close, more casual. I like all of
Like
those
it
things.
says, in a way, it's sort of down in the dirt. You're down there amongst, where everything's a bit more primal, less polished, kind of more real, really.
It's gloriously unconcerned with appearances, I think is part of its charm and reflective of the kind of ethos. Like, it's very free and uninhibited and has tremendous integrity.
To answer, because the answers are clear, they're the only venues in which a lot of young, up-and-coming, emerging bands and artists are able to play and hone their craft and go on to develop. It's always been that way for a long time, and it will continue to be that way. But
Performance, so it's, as well as it being a community space, it's also a place where people come from all over London and beyond to listen to new music that's coming up, for me, communicate, develop ideas.
Yeah, like having a physical place to go like on a regular basis and congregate, play your new demos, you can't beat that, can't replace that.
I want to see the most absurd performances. This venue provide a stage for that, for like the babies of the scene, or like the weirdos, the outcasts, and like that's what it's important for me. That's like what I'm inspired by the most.
Some kind of like interesting scene to develop. There needs to be a space where shit's happening kind of regularly. People are reliably coming back to see that thing, be part of that.
Well, we're constantly fighting developers from building too closely to us. I've been fighting developers for the last 18 years, gone through appeals, judicial reviews to stop housing right on my backside.
It is a struggle to sell tickets, especially on a weekday, with new acts. And, as I said before, we're all about new acts.
Even if you're a very well-loved and established venue, there's still a lot of suits and a lot of developers and councils and local governments that don't really care about your existence and even see it as a nuisance. So yeah, it's a hostile environment.
On a personal level, and like I just feel like a whole ecosystem in the city will be like lost completely, because we're talking about like bands that are starting out, bands that are new, some musician from like a more established band that is like starting a solo project. You need like grassroots venues to show that these people can play.
It's like people, when you're getting the space and the time and the funds, people do make the most beautiful thing. And like, they do just make culture. That's what people want to do.
I like to believe that like the community in London, we would fight for these venues to like stay open. I like to believe that.
It could so easily just be like forgotten, even though it was so important to so many people. It's a sad thing because once those venues go, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to come back and nothing's going to replace it in the same way. So it is kind of like a big feeling of loss.